about this pasta is very, very simple. This is one of those dishes that in the time it takes the pasta to cook, I'll have the sauce totally done. This really relies on your pantry. And I always tell people that the depth of your pantry is in direct proportion to the ease and the quality of a late night meal you can do. So pasta, buy good pasta, please. Just buy good pasta. You see this pasta? Every time I'll show you, this pasta has a texture to it. It's gonna have a toothiness to it that's gonna be fantastic. Nice texture, it goes in. Pasta goes in the pot, a little bit of salt. Okay, we'll give it a minute and then we'll give it a stir. Now this dish starts with a little pancetta. Pancetta is, actually, let me take that back. This dish starts with a glass of wine. It's late night, so you end up having a glass of wine, thinking about your evening, having a little reminiscence. Pancetta is unsmoked bacon. Okay, just Italian unsmoked bacon. We had it sliced and we put it in the freezer a little bit because it's really easy to cut this way. All you do is cut them into some lardons like this. We're going to caramelize this pancetta in a little bit of olive oil right in my hot saute pan. Olive oil goes in. Pancetta. And we're going to render this out. We want them deeply caramelized. Once these begin to brown, we're going to add some onions. But you can't just add any onion with something like this. You want an onion that's going to flow with the pasta, that's cut about the same length. It's the same kind of cut I'm going to use for my papalo cipolla, my onion soup later. So check this out. See this right here? That's the stem end of the onion. All right, that's what we want to keep intact a little bit. So you cut it from here. And that's the direction that you want to go. And then cut these straight down. Now I like them thin. This is what we want for a finished product. So I give it a couple notches right here. And then straight down we go. Once we get towards the end, we're going to turn them over and finish it up. That's enough onion for this. So we're going to give this pancetta about 5 minutes to caramelize and then add the onions. You see that just as the pancetta begins to caramelize like that, we want the onions to go in. If we put the onions in too soon, these would boil. And you ever had boiled bacon? Not good. Not good at all. Now these two need to kind of make a sofrito for about 15 minutes by themselves. This is the holy trinity of our flavor here. This is the basis for this entire sauce is going to happen right here. If you rush it too much, you got a big problem. You got onion on your breath, you know. If we cook them really slow, they're going to sweeten up and be fantastic. Like always, when we add onions, we're going to sprinkle in a little bit of salt to bring out some of the moisture so they all sweat nicely together. That's exactly what we're looking for right there. You see that? The onions are caramelized and sweet. The pancetta is rendered all the way through. Perfect. Now we're going to continue to build this. Now this, like most of the foods that I do, are really constructing flavor one layer at a time. So, as a good calabrese, I need a little picante. I need some spice in there. So we have some chili flakes. Now rather than putting the chili flakes at the end, all you would do is taste heat on the top. Now we're actually going to build the chili flake flavor in. Let it render out through the oil for a second. A little bit of vinegar. I love the freshness and the layer that the vinegar gives you. Now you want the vinegar to reduce a little bit so it doesn't taste like you have a salad dressing in your pasta. Just a little bite of acid. Again, this richness of the pancetta and the tartness of the vinegar are fantastic together. I'm gonna let those boil down. Some prezzemolo, some fresh Italian parsley. The flat leaf stuff, please. A good amount. This is an ingredient. It's not a condiment. It doesn't get sprinkled on afterwards. It needs to cook in. And pomodoro passata, this passed tomato. Now you buy plum tomatoes and then pass them yourself. They're much, much better. And these just need to cook for just a few minutes to bring all the flavors together. That's it. You see this concentration of flavor? That's what we're looking for. All you need is a bite of this. Your entire mouth's gonna fill up with flavor. Now, if you're wondering if it's too thick, it is too thick. But rather than using chicken broth or anything fancy, we're gonna use what any good Italian owner would use, is a little pasta water. That pasta water is gonna bring all of these flavors together. Now, every time I make pasta with you guys, I tell you the same thing. Cook the pasta a little bit. Let it cook together. I brought them out firm. We're gonna let the pasta cook in this mixture and get all the flavor from inside the pot to inside the pasta. Very, very key. Now, I made enough pasta for one Italian couple or 2 American couples. Great for breakfast though. Okay. Look at that. I'm gonna turn this guy right out. The reason I'm serving it in a big platter like this, the idea is that we're eating off one platter. Romantic, where she's changing, they come out, I got pasta done already, I'm a hero. Okay, a little pecorino on top. Doesn't get any better than that.